Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and this is Keeping It Real Budgeting and Debt. I am tracking my budgeting and also tracking my progress on paying off over $40,000 of consumer debt this year and next year. So I do want to do a check-in for this week's paycheck, and so I did get paid last Thursday and I've done most of my shopping for the week, and so I want to see what I have left over. It is a little bit more of a tighter budget for this week, and so I wanted to go ahead and see where we are standing. Now, it's been a very busy week, so I did not have a chance to put in my numbers ahead of time. So in this video, we will be putting in the numbers together and seeing where we're at. Apparently, all of my dogs have picked right now to come in and see me and make noise. All right, one of the dogs came to get my attention because his ear was hurting. He suffers from chronic ear infection, so I just went and put some cleaning solution in his ears. But I did want to go over the items that have already come out of the account, and really I want to be looking at our expenses and where we're sitting with our budget. So we have my budget tracker for the first paycheck, which was actually the one that posted at the end of March, but it is taking care of all of the expenses for the first part of April. So let's go over here to my expenses tab. And if anybody knows how to unlock the first row in numbers where this row will disappear, I cannot figure it out. I probably just need to Google it. It's probably something very, very simple, but I want to be able to zoom in over here without the first row being on the page, but I will try to fix that later and Google how to do that. But I did go ahead and I did put in some numbers. So after the 28th of the month, this was my first grocery shopping trip, so $154. And then I did spend $23 on pets so far. I think that will end up going up. I did have some medical costs. So what I do is I have a tracker in my phone. So I'm going to open up my tracker application and we're going to start putting in some of these numbers. So the main thing that I like looking at with this tracker is the overall monthly chart, because it breaks down what things are going into what categories, what the expenses and what the income are, and it breaks it down into a nice little pie graph as well. So my items that I'm looking for is medical. So I did have a few medical expenses, so we can put those into here. And overall medical was $78.44. My copays for specialists are $50 per office visit. And actually, I just got another text message that I have another prescription that is ready, so that will actually go up by the end of the month. Let's see here. Taquitos, I only have spent $5.77. This is a nod to Caleb Hammer, who does the financial audit show. And basically, this is running into a convenience store to pick up some snacks. With my job, I do home visits, so I am on the road, and so I do end up having to stop in from time to time just to pick up another drink or pick up a snack if I'm filling up the car, but I do try to pack snacks with me for the way home. And let's go to gas. Have I had to get gas so far this month? No, so since the amount is not there, I have not had to get any gas yet, but groceries has changed. So this is where this is going to be different a little bit, because this goes by month, whereas this I'm doing by paycheck. So if I have my calculator on, which I don't know if I'll show you guys the screen whenever I am done calculating, but I'm going to take the 154.82 and I'm going to add the 215.39. And that gives us 370. I'll just delete that. I won't put a formula in there. I think I was going to add it up through a formula, but I'll just do it this way. 370.21. Actually, no, I want to go back. Let's use the formula and make sure that it matches my calculations, but this will help when I am doing when I'm reconciling everything down the line. So this was a rather large purchase of groceries, mainly because it is my husband's birthday. So I did pick up some nice steaks for us to eat for his birthday. Instead of going out to eat and spending $50 to $75, I spent $25 on steaks that we'll just eat at home. And so that is actually saving us money in the long run, even though this is a much higher grocery bill than I am used to. But we are already kind of capped out. So, but this is still me being under budget because my grocery budget for the 2 weeks was $400. I will get paid next Thursday, so this whole budget will roll over. So I technically have another $30 left in my budget. But we also do have a trip to Sam's Club scheduled, and so that is going to hurt because we have a lot of things that we need. But even in the trip to Sam's Club, I will be able to pull some things from household. So I currently only have spent $36.88 in my household budget. And so I think a lot of things that we're going to get at Sam's Club are going to have to maybe be quote unquote stolen from the household budget to be able to alleviate some of the grocery budget. We end up picking up bulk packages of like nuts that we use for snacking on. So even though that is groceries, if I steal from this budget, then I can do that. The other thing is we are out of a lot of things like paper towels, and I have to restock on toilet paper. So that Sam's Club trip is going to be quite intensive. But if we go down here to my monthly recap, I am still in the green, and so I still do have a little bit of my budget left over. So I had 620 total, and then I'm only at 430. So definitely I have $156 to play with, and I have a feeling our Sam's Club is going to be about that much. But again, this is something that we have been anticipating needing to go to Sam's Club. Now, I have not put anything on to, oh, let me go up here. So I did purchase something from Amazon, and I usually have been purchasing items on Amazon through my Discover card because I was getting a cashback bonus, but that cashback bonus is over. So I now switched it over where I am putting my regular Amazon purchases onto my debit card so that I have to be accounted for them and they're not coming out of credit. So actually for this past week, I have not put anything onto my credit cards. In my last video, I mentioned rolling over my credit union card to a Capital One card. The Capital One has a promotion for 0% until January of next year. I did go ahead and I did that. I made a big, almost a $200 payment to my credit union card. So there's only $12.99 on there, which is one of my subscriptions, and that will get paid off whenever I have my big subscription come out next pay period. So that card will be at zero, but this is not anything to celebrate about because I did transfer that $2,800 over to the Capital One, but I have already scheduled my first Capital One payment, which will be $650. That will come out of next paycheck. And so that is still well on its way to get paid off before the promotional period ends as well. But I am at least staying within budget right now. These things might change a little bit. Our dog is having surgery next week, so we are going to be spending all day in a town about 2 hours from us because we don't want to drive back and forth to drop him off and then pick him up. So we are going to be spending all day in that town. So we are going to probably have to go out to eat at least once. We are going to be doing some shopping, preparing for a visit from family, again, going to Sam's Club, that kind of thing. So I do want to be prepared for that, but so far, I'm looking good. Like I said, we do have additional savings and also, of course, my husband's income to get some of these things, but I am just focused on what my regular bills are. I know sometimes within the budgeting world that might not be the norm, that even though I'm staying within a strict budget with my income, we still do have his income to fall back on, but that is just the way that our life is. And again, when we got married, we agreed to keep a lot of things separate. And again, it's not equal, it's equitable. And so since he does make more income than I do, he does have more brunt of the bills, more brunt of car repairs, house repairs. He takes care of a lot of that while I take care of like the running of the household and the household bills. So that's what makes sense to us. That is what works for us, and it allows us to continue to save for ourselves, which let me put in for right now. I know I was tracking what my acorns is, and I'll put in what my actual amount is at the end of the 2 week period, but let me see what my acorns is at right now. All right, so acorns is currently at 936.27. So that is what the savings is looking like right there. So I'm happy to see my savings numbers continue to go up as well. But that was a quick little update for Paycheck 1 of April. Thank you to everyone who is watching my videos and subscribing. I really do appreciate you guys. I've had a lot of really good interactions with other people in the budgeting YouTube community. Everybody is so kind and welcoming. I am just loving being in this space and chronicling my journey to be debt free. If you guys would leave a thumbs up on this video, I do appreciate it. Subscribe for more. I think as I get rolling with my budget and rolling into the summer, I'm really going to start seeing some progress on my debt going down, and I will do a debt refresh at the beginning of May and let you guys know where I'm at and how I'm budgeting. If you guys have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see me pay down all of this debt. And I'll see you guys next week with a new budgeting for a new paycheck. Bye.